Hey, YouTube world, welcome to my N-scale layout. It's a 3.5 foot by 7, 8 foot, something like that. I can't remember. I have to measure it someday. But I now have a new engine, my original engine, and my second steam engine. I'm looking to add some more, and I've added several cars more than a year ago, with a bunch of them still over here, and a whole bunch of hopper cars on the backside. And I plan to add more. And then I'm like, holy crap, it's in the, you can see, the crappy garage. So it gets quite dusty. 3D prints, yay. And I thought, I'm gonna build me a little display case with a cover. And it's gonna go right where Fred the pheasant sits. Gonna make it about 20 inches by 30 inches of space. And this is my intro to where I'm gonna do it. And there's the wood. Let's go take a look at it.
Alrighty, first things first. While my grandfather worked as a carpenter on the Pennsylvania Railroad, I did not inherit that gene. I'm going to use pre-cut and pre-finished poplar wood from my local Home Depot. No sponsorship. What I decided to use were some 1/2 inch by 2 for the sides and the top, and 1/2 inch by 3 inch for the bottom, kind of giving it a lip. And then for the interior shelves, I went with 1/4 inch thick by 2 inch wide boards. The track I used was a clearance fine. It's an Italian brand called GT Flex Track. They claim it's 30 inches like regular Flex Track from Atlas, but you can see it's short 1.25 inches. That damn metric system, they can't convert shit. Anyway, the plan is to set the spacing of the shelves to a minimum of 3.25 inches, which should be plenty of space to reach in and set and remove cars from the glued down trackage, even with my semi-big paws. I pre-painted as much as I could with spray paint, brown for where the trains and the trackage would sit, and a bright blue for the tops and the sides. After I had everything cut down to the size I wanted and painted and dried up, I did mock up the 3D printed signal towers that I built and painted earlier. Assembly. I have these corner jigs that I bought when I assembled the base for the model layout. They are truly a non-construction / carpenter person's best friend. The set that I bought came with 2, so I can only do 2 corners at a time. Basically, you get the ends lined up and screw the block from the inside to meet the outside. You just keep adjusting the wood's alignment as you tighten, and once it's fixed, you have a perfect 90-degree corner. I used a combination of wood glue and brad nails. The brads allowed me not to have to wait for the glue to set up and added a little bit of structure and stability to the framing. But the glue is going to do most of the work. I then rinsed and repeated and got the other 2 corners set. Just remember to check for square before letting the glue completely dry and cure. Easy enough, measure from one corner to the other and then go to the opposite diagonal and the measurement should be the same. If it's not, you need to adjust it until they are. The next morning, I repeated the process with the thin shelf planks, which I previously had glued the trackage to using white glue. Just remember to be very careful with that brad nailer. You can split the wood, or you can put the end of the brad into your thumb. Don't ask me how I know. And here we have the final assembled unit.
All right, so here is my backdrop. You can see painted some clouds, and what I had done is just put some light pencil marks down, and then using a flat brush, I just pushed and rolled it through white and blue paint. Like there's white and blue, made some grays, got some pure whites on top to kind of give it that translucent look. Again, it's not perfect. It's my first shot at painting clouds. I think it'll work. Actually, once we fix it and cut it down, we'll see. All right, so the pesky little lines are showing up when I put the tracks on with just my test fit. So I got myself a nice white soft eraser, PVC free, and it does a pretty good job. Sorry for the shaky I'm using. one hand the film, of getting rid of that dark line without taking up the paint.
So, on the wife's suggestion, I hung the display shelves in the finished part of the basement, not the garage. And I'm quite happy with the results. Like I've said multiple times, my carpentry skills are very low. So the fact that it's square and still hanging is a win for me. I still have an acrylic panel and some acrylic hinges that I may add to keep fine dust and damage in check, but for now, I'm happy to get the running stock out of the dusty garage. And until next time, happy model railroading.